Good evening. You muted.
Hello! Ooh, I squeaked. How's it going, everyone? Or how's it going, Jeremy?
Doing all right. Little tired, but doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. You're gonna have to wake up, though. We got an hour show.
Huh?
I said you're gonna have to wake up. We got an hour show.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm still working on sharing this thing out.
okay. I got mine shared. So, hello, everyone. Say hello in the comments so we know you're here.
Yeah, it's
I loved watching the intro. Those were like some videos I haven't seen in a very long time, but I think it's similar to last time I was on the show.
uh let's- I think I made it probably at the beginning of season 4,
Hmm.
and I think that was when you were on, because last time you were on was to talk about Para Unity when you were the host,
Oh, yeah.
and that was the first show of the new season.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Hello.
probably the last time. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're doing great this evening.
So let's get into this because I have a feeling that there is a lot to cover tonight in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Uh, where have you been hiding?
Well, yeah, about that. So, some of you may know, I usually host a podcast, and the podcast has been off the air since May. I took a nice little
Been that
break.
long?
Yeah, it's been since May. Yeah, that's why I was kind of glad to jump on a show. I'm getting that itch again.
But it's always good to take a break.
It is. Yes, yes. So I've been doing what I'm calling a lot of self-preservation and spiritual research within myself, you know. So that's a primary reason I've not been doing a lot of paranormal stuff is I've been in very much isolation. And actually it's been very good for me, you know, I went through a lot last year that I shared with everybody about losing my son and stuff. And then I've gone through so many things since then that I'm like, I've pulled back and I'm just preserving myself. But when we talk about the podcast, that is definitely something I want to bring back. I don't know if it will be solo again, as it was when I first started. Brad might have other commitments that he might not be able to do the show anymore, but we'll see. Crossing my fingers. If not, the show is likely to return probably in 2026. That's my plan.
I remember when you first brought Brad in, you had broken up your show into different segments.
Hmm.
And I gotta say, it was actually quite entertaining, especially when I don't remember what it was called. I think you had a name for each of your segments. Um, the one that I really liked was about the bat attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was so me and Brad have done so many different types of shows. We've interviewed people, which thankfully for him, Brad is friends with like everybody in the field. He's so easy to get along with. And so when he was on the show, he brought in some people I never even thought of to ask to come on the show. So I got to do interviews that I had seen other people do that I've always wanted to do, and so I'm so blessed and thankful for that. But prior to our interviews that we were doing recently, yes, we did like Unveil Paranormal News, which was fun because we did do like bat attacks, or I think we had a UFO segment. We did a card pull, like a tarot card pull.
Mhm.
Um, it was super fun. I mean, it did
Tea
get us in
time.
trouble, huh?
Tea time.
T Paranormal T got us in trouble. We hurt AK, we call him. We hurt his feelings. But not everybody's gonna like you. Not everybody's gonna like me. Not everybody's gonna like you. Like, get over it. But anyways, so yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. We actually thought about bringing that segment back a couple summers ago. We did just paranormal investigation evidence. So it was a mini series we did for about 6 weeks where we just pulled up YouTube videos and TikTok videos, people that are claiming that it's evidence, and we analyzed them. Oh, sorry about the pup. That was fun too. I really
He wants
enjoyed
to get
doing
his
that.
2 cents in as well.
What's that?
He wants to get his 2 cents in as well.
Yes, I'm guessing my child just got home because I hear somebody in the other room. So
Just got home. It's 8 o'clock.
yeah, there's a fair going on in town. I'm boycotting it this week because again, I'm in self-preservation isolation, so I have not made an appearance.
It's
And
already their time.
it's
I didn't
yeah.
realize it was that time of year already.
Mhm. And I go every year. The only year I've never gone, I didn't go, was 2020 because they didn't have it. But other than that, I've gone every year. And this year, since I've been so focused on my spirituality and on cleansing my aura and getting rid of all the negativity that has surrounded myself lately, I, I'm not going. So, yep, she just got home probably from that. She just texted me actually, so I'm sure it's like, hey, mom.
So, what if you cleansing your aura? Have you ever thought about having somebody do aura photography on you?
Or photography, yeah, I would totally be up for that. I've never had it done, but absolutely.
I
That would
I
be.
I actually had it done a few months ago.
Did you?
Yeah, right here.
So green?
Well,
Is it kind of like bluish green? Like I see a little blue, a little
it's
green.
it's blue then green, um, but this is just like a very condensed thing
Yeah.
here. Um, but the report that they sent me was like 15 pages.
Really? That in depth. So was this like online or what was
This,
this?
this was at the Miami County Fairgrounds. Are,
Oh,
are you familiar with Grizzly Chris?
yes. Yes. I've seen him
His
online.
his fiance is the one that did it.
Oh, cool.
There was an event over in Peru back in May,
Okay.
and and they were and Grizzly and his fiance were up there. She did this thing for me. She also did photography on Linda's Pepe.
Oh, really? Pepe. Oh.
Yeah, when she saw Pepe, she's like, "I've never done a skunk before. Can I take a picture?"
Oh my goodness.
And I do know that Chris at least will be up at Perry Unity next month.
Okay.
Now I don't know if she will be.
Okay.
I'm guessing she will be. But he only has the one booth, so I don't know if they're going to be bringing in their photography machine or not.
Okay, I gotcha. I
But
understand.
it's definitely something to ask him about,
Yeah.
because he'll be in the main building. Uh,
Okay.
it'll
I'll be
be
there.
he will he's right now, according to the layout, he'll be next to Linda.
Okay. I think I know vaguely where everybody's kind of going to be at. That
Linda
have been like there all these years.
Linda is always at that double door that is across from the main entrance,
Yeah.
and Chris is going to be in the corner across from the doors from her.
Okay. Okay. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and it's actually kind of mind blowing because of the information that came up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how in the hell does this thing do it? Because
So,
it's not just a picture, but
right.
there's something that you put your hand on as well that takes the energy from your hand. And between the hand and the regular picture, that's where all of this stuff comes up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that, like, there's a scientific way that it happens, but I wonder how it comes up with which color falls for you. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lens or something like that to make it happen, but why do certain colors pop up with certain individuals and not others? That's kind of to me, the big mystery about it.
Yeah, so if he does have it up there next month, I would definitely look into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely, an aura cleansing would be nice right now too. I think, since I'm at part doing all the spiritual work, that would be nice. Of course, as a medium, I do my own cleansings too of myself, but it's always nice to have somebody else do. It's kind of like a massage. Like if somebody else does, it's always nicer than like you rubbing your own shoulders.
So how does somebody do an aura cleansing?
So an aura cleansing, like it's pretty much like your spirit, your energy cleansing. It's like a lot of Reiki healers do it, but they're pinpointing different points. I don't want to speak for Reiki healers, I guess, because I'm not one. But when I do an aura cleansing, it's all about pulling out all of the negative energy and muck and grossness and all that, and putting back in that light that you have, that positivity that you have, asking for, since I'm on a spiritual walk right now, asking for, God and the universe to come forward and assist and bring me the light back, um, to help me find that positive energy and bring it back into my soul and remove the negative energy. So it's usually like a meditation. Sometimes I'll do it when I'm having a really bad day and I'll just like lay in bed and just be like, oh, I feel so gross. Or some people say little things like taking a shower is a great time to do it because you're literally cleansing yourself. If you do a lot of meditation within the shower, you can also feel like you're cleansing your soul. So it's a great way to get the muck and gross off, just showering, not just
Yeah.
physically, but spiritually.
Well, I have just stood in the shower and let the water wash over me, um, a couple minutes at a time,
Yep.
and just stand there. Uh, Never actually thought about. Well, I'd never heard of oil cleansing before.
Yeah.
I've heard of other kinds of cleansings, but
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of ways to cleanse, but an aura is just, you know, your aura is just what a lot of people can just visually see it on you, especially if they're really untuned. And sometimes those auras get mucky and they get gross, and they definitely need, cleansed. So yeah,
I could probably use that myself here in
yeah.
the next couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's been a very, very, very busy summer for me.
Oh gosh, is that a bad thing?
It's I'm not going to say bad things. It's
Hmm.
just hectic things.
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you, are you are you feeling exhausted?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
very exhausted. Um, but yet somehow I have no trouble going to sleep.
Okay.
Usually, when I get exhausted, that's when I have a hard time going to sleep. Does that make sense?
Really?
Yeah. Um, there was a time when I would have to drink a shot of ZQL so that I can be
Okay.
able to go to sleep at a certain time, especially if I need to get up real early in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, I'll take it at 7 so that by 9 I'm already woozy.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Uh, Go to bed, and I usually set my alarm for 5.
Ah,
Um,
that's
I,
early. Oh,
it is early, but you know, I along with the busyness that I've had, a lot of it has to do with traveling.
oh yeah.
And I was just explaining this last night on Supernatural Talk. Sunday, I had nothing on the schedule for this week. Nothing.
Nice.
Then Monday came around. All of a sudden, I had to go to Decatur on Tuesday,
Oh my gosh.
go to Noblesville on Wednesday,
What?
go to Marion today, and
Oh
then
my.
by the time I was done with Decatur on Tuesday, I had to go back on Thursday.
See, you're saying all these towns, and a lot of people don't know where they are. Trust me, they're at least a half hour to an hour drive.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
for me, Decatur is a half hour, Marion is an hour, depending on which way you take.
Right.
Um, I for Marion, I like to take the long way. I like to take 24 to Huntington and then take 9.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, in some cases, I'm a more scenic guy,
Yeah.
especially if it's close to home. Now, if I'm on the road traveling, say I'm going to Adrian's house, I'm
Yeah.
I'm on 80 all the way through. I won't take the back
Mhm.
roads because then I won't make it to her house at 18.
Right.
Um, and Noblesville is 2 hours. It's like, holy cow!
Yeah.
So I get up early in the morning so that I can have my breakfast and try to get my work done before I go.
Yeah.
Because I'm already looking at 6 hours before I even get home. Normally it's 9 hours, but it's 6 hours minimum.
Dang.
Yeah, and oh, I don't have my calendar book with me. It's in the kitchen, but
I do not envy you.
yeah, and it's not. Yeah, I don't like driving in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been through mountains in Tennessee, and on 80 going the opposite way to, like, I know it's not big mountains, but it's the way I'm from Indiana. Everything's a mountain if it just goes like this, you know. And I love the scenery, like on 80, even going to the East Coast, going south to
Hmm.
Tennessee. Like it's really cool compared to what I grew up around. I mean, it's cornfields and flat around here. So
Not that that's a bad thing.
no, it's great for driving and
Yes.
getting anywhere.
Yeah, and the way that everything is around here, I can almost tell where I'm at just based on the scenery.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
around here, there's hardly any trees.
Yep.
When I get close to Huntington, that's where all these trees start popping out of nowhere.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Uh, I've also noticed the same thing when I'm going to Salamanca, New York.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Okay.
as soon as what is it? I think it's 76. Um, I think it's 76. As soon as I get on that, it's like there's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know, okay, I'm going in the right direction. Um, so yeah, I can almost tell where I'm at now just
Yeah.
by looking at the trees. Okay, I'm getting close to Huntington.
Well, southern Indiana, you can kind of tell once you get past like central Indiana because things start getting hillier, you know? Like
They
it's
do.
flat in northern Indiana where we're at, and then it just starts getting hilly, and you're like, oh, I must be past like, Richmond or, Indianapolis. But yeah,
That, oh, I hate Indy.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Don't.
Well, I know they've had so much around 465 down there. The construction's really bad. So yeah, I've been kind of avoiding it. I am thinking about heading south tomorrow though for a psychic paracon.
Where's that?
So Camp Chesterfield, have you heard of it?
No.
So Camp Chesterfield is a place right off I-69, kind of near Anderson
Oh,
area.
oh wait, no, yes. I actually drove through there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they have a psychic paracon tomorrow. Been debating going since I'm boycotting the local fair. I would still rather be around people that I identify with, and so I've been thinking about going. Haven't
Okay.
decided yet, but I've been thinking about going down there. It's only about an hour, I think, for me.
Little, oh, from you, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be about an hour and a half for me.
yeah,
Yeah, I drove through Chesterfield. I've been going to Noblesville a lot.
yeah,
So I have been finding different ways of coming home instead of just getting back on 69 and coming up. So I've been
yeah,
going up uh, 31, going to Kokomo. I took 32, which goes right through Chesterfield, and get 32 to 67 and take 67 on the way home, going through Albany and Red Key, get to Portland, Burn.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
get
gosh.
bored with if it's all in just a short amount of time. I get bored with taking the same route over and over. It's like I'm going to work.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
the
I
same
understand that.
damn route. Yeah, so I try
My
to keep it up.
I am blessed. My commute is about 10 feet from my bed. I will say, out of all the chaos that has gone on in my life since 2024, my new job has been the biggest blessing. I am very blessed to have a remote job now, pays well, good job. So I that is one big thing that has really helped me, and it doesn't help my isolation phase. I mean, it put me even more isolation. But it's good for the soul to.
But that's what you were looking for, though.
I know. The thing is, sorry, the dog's going crazy. I don't
I
know if
think
you
I heard a couple thumps.
see him go crazy.
Yeah, it was a little blurry, but
So one thing is, because I don't subscribe to um organized religion. I'm not a big fan of.
nope.
It's not that I don't like Christianity or anything like that. It's just organized religion that really bothers me. I'm all about learning and living spiritually in a way that you can. So I have subscribed to the idea of God though now, which one thing I have found in my studies of dog. Serious, he's like rubbing his back on the carpet. Yeah, he's going crazy.
I need
Um,
to scratch his back.
well, that's what he's doing.
That's why
Um,
we have my trusty little bat scratcher right here all the time.
right? I, well, he went to the other room, so it's not happening now. But one thing I found in my studies is a lot of people that, right before they find God or whatever, I mean, a lot of people go through tragedy or whatnot. I, oh, he's getting mouthy now. I'm sorry. Excuse you. Go lay down.
Hey, it's just adding character to the show.
Oh my God, he's such a baby. Now he wants bed.
Well,
So,
it's not any different from whenever I was on with Jenny Sullivan from
mhm.
Ireland. Her dog Hope was always snoring.
Oh, really?
She, Hope ended up passing away a few weeks ago, but she was always snoring in the background.
Yeah.
And for me, it was not a Jenny show unless Hope was there.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know what his problem is. I might text the child to come get the puppy. Cause you gonna be mouthy, aren't you? You gonna talk back? What? No. We'll tell the child to come get the dog. You know she likes to say hi, so she might say hello, but so anyways, back to spirituality. So yes, like I was saying, I'm in isolation. I have now, I do actually use God as my protector and all that. Um, I don't subscribe to organized religion. I actually went to church last week. That was interesting.
Oh boy.
What it wasn't. I didn't catch fire, although I did think my insides were burning when I was in there. Um, I joked with my sister, but honestly, it's really hard for me to subscribe to it because I have always been an independently minded person. I have always been I have to see it to believe it type attitude. Um, but I have had some amazing dreams while in isolation that has really connected me, not only with like heaven because my son visits me and I share those stories, but even God. I have had God. I have had a very recent vivid dream I've not shared with very many people, where God did visit. And he didn't just visit in the dream; he protected me from a demon in the dream, and it was very intense. And I woke up and I'm like, okay, I hear you, I see you now. Like, so I have now subscribed to that, and it's actually come in very handy when I've done readings and when I've helped people. I passed on. I went to a location and we passed on a little girl a couple months ago, which is something that I wouldn't normally do by myself, but I felt that I had the power of Christ with me, and therefore he was going to assist him. We were going to make this happen. You can take him. You can say hi to Jeremy if you want real quick, but okay. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Tell them I said hi and they're very cool.
Did you hear the child?
I heard something.
She said hi and you're very cool.
Thank you. And
So,
hi.
but I do still believe in the universe, but I believe in it as not really quite the same entity. So I do kind of believe in multiple gods now, as opposed to just mainly the universe. Um, you can use universe and God interchangeably, in my opinion, but that's because they're both very powerful.
Well,
But God to me represents mostly protection.
th- before Christianity became a thing, people around the world believed in multiple gods.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, this one came in and is like almost like a hostile takeover.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's Christianity is huge in this world. I actually work for a Jewish company, so I actually get Jewish holidays off as opposed to your normal American holidays. So that's kind of triggered my interest in seeing what that is all about. Not that I would subscribe to it because again, it's an organized faith, but um, it does make me curious as to see what that's about. Like, what makes their beliefs different than Christianity beliefs? Because obviously I grew up around Christians, and I grew up around. Well, I didn't really grow up around Catholics, but there's a lot of Catholic in the community. And really, that's it. I mean, we do have a Jehovah's Witness. The community I live in is full of churches. I could I seriously could probably take about 6 months and hit a different church every Sunday. There is just so many. One on one block, down the road's another one, down the road's another one. I mean,
that's how it is in Decatur.
yeah, I'm not surprised. I
Yeah,
mean,
I lived in Decatur for 13 years, and that town was known for two things:
yeah.
churches and car dealerships.
Oh, yeah, they do have more car dealerships than some towns.
Yeah, they had Custom Car Care, which
Hmm.
was near the corner of 27 and 224.
Yep.
Um, Courtesy Motors,
Hmm.
and there was a Dodge dealership right next to them.
Hmm.
That was a separate entity before Courtesy bought them out and made it one giant uh,
Yeah.
dealership.
There's
And
a lot, and they have the RVs over there. Decatur has quite a bit of manufacturing going on.
yeah, they have. last I remember, they had 5 manufacturing plants. But one of them was the main one that built everything from the chassis up. Um,
Yeah.
in the other buildings, they made like the fronts and the backs, and they get shipped over to the main facility. Oh yeah, I used to work for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Wasn't very fun, but yeah, I used to work for them.
Right. I could not. I don't think in my adulthood, I worked in a factory when I was 18 for 3 weeks, and I did not like it at all. I went back to fast food. I hated it. I've never gone back since. And that's Indiana's full of factories.
Well, what was really bad about the motorhomes is that I was covered in fiberglass all the time.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And they recommend that you take cold showers to get that fiberglass out off of
yeah.
you,
Oh gosh.
and close those pores so that it doesn't get in it because you itch
Ugh.
like crazy. And I was a sander,
Okay, so sandy fiberglass.
sanding fiberglass.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
No,
not fun.
no, no.
It was an easy job. Don't get me wrong. Sanding was easy,
Right,
but if it's 110 degrees inside, then no.
right. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm glad that I went to college and can land me some office work because I'm not built for that type of work. So,
Not
but yeah,
many people are.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it depends. If I was younger, maybe I could handle it, but I'm falling apart. I'm getting up there. I used to be one of the young bloods in the field. Now I feel like one of the, I don't know, middle aged.
I know. When did we get so old?
I know, I'm like watching these kids investigate, and I'm like, man, they even old enough to be in that building.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good time because I put in perspective. I got in the field. I got in the actual field, the paranormal field, because we all ghost hunt as kids or whatever. But I didn't actually like realize there was like a whole field of people that do this. It's been 10 years. 2015 is when I was online and I joined my first paranormal group, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 10 years I have been invested in this field mentally because it rents free in my brain for like
It goes
10 years.
by quick.
Yeah, because I was in my 20s then, guys, and I was like, I feel like I was the young un. So, but yeah, no, I love it though. That's one thing that that has been kind of a bummer about being isolated is because I'm not really doing my paranormal stuff. But like I think I'm gonna come back way more in tune with spirit and way more in tune with the paranormal. I'm looking forward to the Sunday. The Sunday, I can't go into too much details, but I'm going to do a blind cemetery walk, and that's my I will tell you guys, if you ever want somebody to come and just do a property walkthrough, those are my favorite things. I have decided I've read for people, I've read photos, I've read items, but my favorite thing to read is property. I don't know why. I think it's because I love walking in and just seeing history, and it to me it looks like real life. Like I just stand there and it's like I'm watching people walk through the building, I'm seeing them do things, go about their day. So property walkthroughs are my favorite, and cemetery walkthroughs are interesting because then it's like a whole it's not people going about their daily lives, but it's still people walking and talking and interacting with each other. So I think spirits, I think there are earthbound spirits, there are non-earthbound spirits. There are spirits like within the cemetery, they'll come and visit and then they'll leave. So I think spirit has a lot more range most of the time than what we're accustomed to. But when I do walk into, say, a cemetery and find somebody stuck that is kind of a bummer because there's nobody at the cemetery for them to visit with other than if a human comes and visits or if another spirit comes and visits. Otherwise, it's a very lonely place for a spirit to be stuck at.
Hmm.
So,
That's not making me looking forward to death. You know that.
well, don't get stuck at a cemetery. The thing is, if you have love, like my son, I feel like he comes and goes. I mostly see him in dreams. He's not earthbound. Even if he comes and visits, he's not earthbound. I mean, the boy in one of my dreams, the boy walked around with me at a marina in heaven and introduced me to his friends who were other teenagers who have passed away. Like it's a beautiful thing. Like I feel like I've been there with him and he's been here with me and it's so crazy. When you lose somebody, it's really hard, but when you lose somebody you're so close knit with, like a mother to a child is obviously most mothers are really close with their kids,
Yeah.
but you're so close to them that even though they are in a completely different place like heaven, that you can still have those visits and stuff. It's like one, it's like I have an ally now. I have an ally in the deceased world, But two, like it's just a different experience. Definitely different than any of my relatives that have passed. My mom, she's probably the second closest person, and every time I've seen her, she's been confused. So I don't know. She passed away at home when by herself. So I don't know if she was confused when she died and she still doesn't realize it. I don't know, but I haven't had dreams about her in years, so
Yeah, that wouldn't be a very pleasant thing.
no. And actually, my brother, the house that my mom died in, my brother had a dream that my mom was still in that house. So I really hope. Well, one, if she is there haunting it, that's kind of cool because the guy that bought it was kind of a jackass. So it'd be kind of cool if she was haunting him, but at the same time, it would be very sad if she is still in that house. Um,
Ugh.
yeah. So, like I said, I haven't seen her in years. She hasn't visited me in my dreams in years, and every time it was her confused and lost. So,
Do you ever drive by that house to see if you can sense her presence?
um, I rarely go that way anymore. But I have drove by there a couple times, and I just mostly get deja vu, kind of like memories, but not really her presence.
It, how close is the house to you?
Across town. It's not a very big town I live in, so I don't know, like a mile or two.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope she's not. I hope she's not stuck there. But I do hate the guy that bought the building or bought the house after her because he rented a building next to my mom's house, so they kind of fought all the time. But once she passed, he's like, "Oh, I want the building or I want the house." So yeah,
Okay, that's kind of odd.
I know, right? Um, yeah, but yeah, it's a weird situation, but yeah, I'm sure she's fine, but I definitely with my son, it's been a very different experience, and I know it has a lot to do with I mean, we were in each other's life for 19 and a half years, so that's a big part of my life and all of his life, obviously. So thank you, Amanda.
Before she passed, were you already living in your house?
Yeah, yeah, she passed in 2021.
Okay, so
Mhm.
she knows where the house is at then.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I was wondering if maybe if she didn't know where you were at, maybe that's why she hasn't come to visit.
Well, usually when she's walking around in the dreams that I had, it was always in a neighborhood. So it was like it felt like it was Bluffton, which is the town I live in. I just disclosed that, unfortunately. Um, but yeah. So she's always just seems confused and lost. So
I I would think that try to unconfuse her. If
I know. Well, especially since my brother told me about his dream about her being at the old house still. I have thought about it, but I'm not sure how I would want to go about it. If I'd want to try to do it from within my home or kind of, you know, there's areas near the house I could go sit and maybe try and lure her spirit out.
Well, that's why I was asking about just driving by the house to see if you can sense her, and maybe even get a feel of what she's actually feeling
Right, right.
when you go by the house.
Yeah, I could try that. I mean, it's not a long drive.
Right. Yeah, and maybe she doesn't feel confused anymore, or what your brother is saying, that's just what he's feeling.
Right,
And even
right,
though he's feeling it, that doesn't mean that she's feeling it.
right.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Um, Vivid dreaming runs in our family, except for my sister for some strange reason. My twin sister rarely has vivid dreams, but my brother, he does occasionally have vivid dreams. That was one of his more vivid dreams.
and he lives there in town too.
No, no, no. He's a Marion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And your sister?
she's here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird because she's my twin. You would think she'd be a little more in tune, but we were very different. We're fraternal twins. We don't have a lot in common. It's kind of weird. We might. I mean, we just look like
That makes
sisters.
sense. That
It
makes
makes
if you two are very different from each other, it makes perfect sense that you be the medium and she doesn't feel shit.
right, right. I mean, I'll give her some credit. She said she has had some dreams and some deja vu moments. We did confirm that the night our grandfather passed away, we both dreamt about him. That was when we were both 8, but we didn't have that conversation till I got into all this.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
At least you remembered that.
Yeah, yeah. Her dream was way better than mine though, because she said like our grandfather actually came to her like as himself and like told her that he was okay and all that stuff. Yeah, the dream I had, my grandfather came to me in the shape of a tornado, chaotic, and was like, "Hey, I'm okay," blah blah blah. But why does he have to come to me all chaotic, like, and go to her like as himself?
Yeah, that's odd.
Exactly.
That that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Now, my grandfather, about I don't know, about a month after he passed, he came to me in a dream,
Oh,
and he was it was all like very animated, like what you would see in the early years of Cartoon Network. How they were like that.
yeah.
That was exactly how he was, and which made no sense to me because I don't like cartoons like that. Hi, Braxton. I don't like cartoons like that.
Yeah.
I find them very annoying.
Did you find your grandpa annoying?
Well, I could never find him annoying.
Okay.
But it made no sense why he would present himself to me like that. And he died in '96,
Okay.
and it wasn't until after that I noticed that they were making cartoons like that. And I
Really?
thought, this shit sucks. I like more fluid cartoons like
Right.
Flintstones and Jetsons and Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
But
I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
it was his way of making me, letting me know that he was okay.
yeah.
But it just made no sense why he did it that way. Just like your grandfather coming in as a tornado.
Yeah, I was terrified of storms as a kid. So
Really?
I was oh my gosh, Jeremy, I was scared of everything as a kid. everything triggered me. Storms, loud noises, dogs. I was terrified of dogs, and I love dogs now. It like I was just scared. I had so much fear as a kid. It was crazy.
So if you were afraid of storms and tornadoes, why would he show up like that? Was he trying to let you know that, hey, it's okay, that you don't have to be afraid of him?
I don't understand why, because you would think they would come in as a loving and caring entity or vision of something you're comfortable with, and he was a tornado, and he as a tornado meant like it was a tornado with his voice in it, is what it was. And I don't know, like I wasn't scared in the dream because I could hear his voice. Unless it's like a representation of, yes, you can see this scary thing, but I'm still here. Um, and you're safe because I'm here, even though you're facing this scary thing. But yeah,
That would make sense.
yeah. So maybe it's like a tornado is kind of like, because it's the first big death I've ever had in my life. Really, the only first death I remember in my life. And maybe it's kind of representative of that. Like, yes, here's a scary thing, tornado. Maybe it's representing death, and then his voice is there, comforting, saying I'm okay. So perhaps maybe that's the way to interpret it.
Now, how are you with storms now?
Oh,
And
I'm good. I love a good storm now. I do. I really do. I wish I had like a front porch where I could just sit and watch. Like, oh, that would be amazing. So, not safe, but amazing.
having said that, my grandfather, um, he lived in Centerville,
Okay.
which is right on 40 between Louisville and Richmond.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. Yep.
So so when he was living there, when it would storm, he would take a chair out to the garage, open up the door, and just watch. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
and I remember joining him for that a couple times.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's a fond memory.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
A lot of fond memories with him. Uh,
Yeah.
now, with him coming to you in a tornado,
hmm
um, were you close with him?
Well, I was only 8 when he passed. So, but the interesting thing about him is I've been told one feature about him was that's rare in my family is I have green eyes, he had green eyes. The other thing is, as I've aged, is I've been told that I have a lot of similarities to him in the way he was, the way he behaved. So as an 8-year-old, yes and no. Again, I was too young because I had just turned 8, and then a couple months he passed. So yes, I have fond memories of him, but they're not. They're really pretty much prior to when I. Most of my memories are my early teens. You know, teenage years. That's when most of my memories are. I don't know why that is. I have memories as a kid, like a little kid, but they're not. They're not. There's not as many of them. And I don't know if that just comes with age or what, but I do definitely
I,
remember always, enjoying him.
I
And my
think.
grandmother, who's still alive. His wife is still alive. She's 93. So,
Do you visit her often?
oh, she wouldn't know who I was if I did.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't, I haven't seen her for several years, and she would have no idea who I am. Last time I seen her was at my mom's funeral, and she was in and out. She would start crying, saying, my Bonnie, because that was my mom's name. And then she would ask, what are we doing here? So that was a couple years ago. If I would show up there, she'd have no idea who I was. But she was an amazing person. She's probably the best person in the family. I'm telling you, my grandmother is awesome. She's always nice, always kind, so
And then for your memory to be taken, your memory to be taken away like that.
Yeah.
That's a travesty right there.
Yeah. Both my grandmothers have lived. My other grandmother lived to 89, so I'm hoping to follow suit. Hoping it, because I mean, my mom was only 66, but she was in poor health all her life mostly. So we'll see. We'll see if there's good genes or bad genes.
Well, I kind of worry about that myself because my mom was only 58.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she was only 58. Her mother was 59 when she died.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
My older brother is about to turn 54 this year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm 45. I want to live more than 15 years.
Right. Right. Yeah. If you put it in perspective, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but my grandpa lived to be 76.
Okay.
And then when I look at everybody on my dad's side, most
Yeah.
of them lived in the 80s and some in the 90s.
Yeah. So it's all about the lottery draw. Like what did you get?
I know. So I'm just kind of wondering, okay, which side of the family am I going to pick up
Right. Right.
on? My mom's brother, he died in his 50s.
Mhm.
She has a sister who's still alive. She's in her 70s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just a weird thing.
Mhm.
It sometimes it does seem like there's a trend in families on how old they are when they die.
Yeah.
Kind
Certain the
yeah,
ironic thing on my mom's side is her dad passed when he was 67, so he was young. So my grandma's been a widow for 30 years almost. Um,
wow.
but my mom was kind of crazy, so she was very negative and stuff like that. So she would say, "I'm probably not going to live past past my father." She was right. She died at 66. Um, and then her sister died at 66.
Oh my.
And there is three girls, so there's one more left. I have an aunt that's left, and she's in her early 60s. So I'm hoping for her sake it's not 66, or I'm going to be a little concerned how why all three of them left the world at 66.
Yeah, that would
So that'd be weird. But that's, yeah,
not just weird, but kind of unsettling.
it is. It is. Like once my mom passed, we always kind of knew she probably wouldn't live till like she's 90, like her mother does, because her mother's the one that's still alive. Because she's always was sick. But when she passed, and then my aunt passed a couple years later at the same age, I was like, that's strange for two siblings to die at the same age.
Yeah, it's strange and little more than a coincidence.
I know, and so I don't know. I'll pray for you, Aunt Sharon, but I would be nervous when I hit 66. I will, yeah.
Well, I remember my mom saying something that she did not have a good relationship with her mother.
Mm.
Um, I was only 9 when she died.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I didn't really get to know her much.
Hmm.
Plus, we were living in different states most of my life, so really, I only was exposed to her not even a year, really.
Oh, wow, yeah,
Before I knew her, I knew of her. Um, Her and Grandpa came down to Florida to visit one time.
yeah,
Um, but when we moved back to Indiana, it was May, and that following February, she was gone. So I didn't get a chance to know her. And
right,
like I said, her and mom didn't have a good relationship at all.
yeah,
Um, and I remember her telling me that she worries that her mother wouldn't allow her to outlive her.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But she did.
kind. Well, she was 59. Mom was 58.
Oh,
Yeah,
so not like actually outlive her, but like year wise, wow. And then it
yeah.
did like that. Ugh,
It's
that's weird.
it is weird. Um, because
It,
I know that she worried about it.
yeah,
Li- it wasn't like an obsession, but it was something that she had said a couple times in just general conversation.
yeah.
But she was a believer in spirits,
Okay,
not like paranormal or anything like that, but she was a believer in spirits in that they can still have some sort of influence.
yeah.
Um,
So it's interesting because your mother's story is similar to my mother's story. That neither one thought they would outlive a relative, and they didn't.
yeah, that's
Which,
one way
which
of put.
perhaps it's also hopefully it's not a manifesting type thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes even if it's bad for you, if you're constantly putting it out there in the universe,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, oh gosh, I
Yeah,
hope
that kind of worries me because I would think about that. Okay, mom was 58, grandma was 59, but look at my dad's side of the family. They all got old.
yeah. So
My dad's uncle, his youngest uncle, just passed away in right around Christmas time last year. He was 97.
oh wow, wow.
And while his body was completely shattered, his mind was sharp.
Really?
Yeah.
It always seems to be one or the other. It's either your body goes out or your mind goes out.
Yeah, no, his mind was sharp. Now he had a hard time being able to speak,
Okay, yeah.
um, but his mind was still sharp.
Wow, wow, yeah. I guess yeah, you just gotta be careful what you put out there. Even
Yeah,
if you're not trying to you don't want bad things to happen to yourself, but if you keep having that mindset that, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen for sure.
well, here's the weird thing for me. None of this shit ever really came across my mind until I got hurt.
Really.
Yeah, and now all this mortality just comes rushing in at me. I was like, "Holy cow! Why?" Because I,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, I've not been in your position. Thankfully, I've not had a near death experience like a lot of people, but
well, I didn't have a near death. I never actually flatlined or anything like that.
right, but you had a traumatic experience.
Very traumatic, yes.
Like personally traumatic to you, not like a secondary trauma.
Right.
It's personal trauma, a first degree trauma. And it does. I would only imagine that I don't know how you sit spiritually speaking, so to speak, but I bet you've had
Don't.
a lot of different thoughts about your mortality and what's after life and all of that.
Yeah, I'm not spiritual.
Right. I knew you were.
Yeah, I'm not, and it actually makes my dad think that I'm an atheist
Right.
because he'll make a little comment here. I know you don't believe in God. I know you don't believe in Jesus. And I never once said I don't believe.
Right.
I can't get that to his head. I just tell him I don't have. There is nothing out there to prove to me one way or the other.
Mhm.
That's it.
Right.
Um,
You know what you need, Jeremy? It's you don't need people to tell you. And that's the way I am. I don't need people to tell me. I need spirit or God, if he exists, to show me. that he exists in order for me to believe it. And that's what I've experienced. And that's why I'm a believer in God. I don't believe in fearing him. I think God cares greatly for all of us, even if we're terrible people. But you have to experience it for yourself in order to believe it. And there is nothing wrong with that. Like,
Right. And just a few days ago, he was almost getting mad at me. He was saying, "God saved your life." Now, from my perspective, a doctor saved my life.
right, right. You're using logic.
Right.
Right.
Because yeah, using that's the thing. I always look at everything from a logical perspective, and I can't just blindly follow something
Mm-hmm.
if I don't know what it is.
Yep. You and I are the same. Like I get it. Like I'm a even though I'm spiritual now, I'm very logical too. I agree. I like to know why something is. It wasn't in your situation. A doctor did save you. I mean, in most people's situation, a doctor saves us. But it's the experience that you have when that's happening that people believe, whether it's God or not, that came through. Miracles in medicine aren't as common anymore because we know more about medicine. So we understand more
Right.
about what we're doing.
Now,
You know,
with I
the
will say this. With that, I
yeah,
know during that time there were a lot of people praying. There were a lot of people doing energy transference,
yes. I think I
and
did that
I
for you.
could feel that energy coming my way.
Yeah.
And I told him that,
Hmm.
but he doesn't understand the whole energy workings thing.
Right.
And he's 84, so I don't think he will ever really understand it, even if somebody were to explain it. I wouldn't be able to explain it to him because I don't do anything in energy. So
Yeah.
I'd be the last person to try to explain it to him. But if you were to try to talk to him, or Adrian or Jan, I don't think he would be able to understand it because of how complex it is.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's a lot of things you can't see, and some people can't understand that unless it's delivered to them under a church. We can't see a lot of things that are taught to us within churches, right? So what's the difference between being taught what you're taught in church and them giving you these stories than a medium or a psychic or a healer giving you these stories of true stories that have occurred that are like the Bible stories allegedly occurred. You can't see either one, but it's a matter of do you believe it or do you not? You know what I mean?
I think as far as the Bible, I think stuff did happen, but it is all how they were interpreted
Mm-hmm.
at that time, how they were able to explain it. If the exact same thing happened now,
Right.
and we wrote about it, it would be a completely different worded book,
Mm-hmm.
because we understand more about the world and more whatever now than they did back then, because everything was a first time ever for them.
Right. Right. Like, could science debunk those today? You know?
Right. Like if like when we see a plane, okay, we see a plane. If they
Mm-hmm.
were to see a plane, a
Yeah.
silver dragon
Mhm.
soars across the sky,
Right.
okay, and is shitting out smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's very it was a very different time. I think it would be great to have things rewritten more modernly in teachings. But you know who's responsible for that? Because you can't just put one person responsible for rewriting a book that half the world celebrates. You know, so
can you imagine even trying to rewrite that so that it fits today's society? There's no way.
mhm. Yeah. I actually, it's funny that we're talking about this. When I went to church last week, the preacher passed out pamphlets, and you can fill out the pamphlet as he's speaking. He's like giving you the words, and like just for fun, kind of keep people interactive during church. And so I was writing down the answers that I was given, and then me being me, I went back and I rewrote it. I rewrote every line that he said. I changed words. What words that fit more in line with my beliefs than the church's beliefs. So
And how did that turn out?
I think I felt better about it. Like when I would read it, I can't. It's in the other room. The pamphlet is, but like there was wording on there that was like had to do with humans being good. Oh God, I don't remember. Let me go grab an example real quick. Do you mind?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Hello, Greg. How you doing tonight? So this is a very interesting conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely did not see it going down this route with her. Um, looks like she's back.
Yeah. Sorry, spiritual things are my thing right now. So, but like, okay, for instance, like people lacking. So he gave one example of this is something about we must understand that as the end draws near, humanity will grow, and so that's from grow worse. Sorry, that's from one of his things. So I crossed out humanity, and I changed it, and I crossed out worse. And so for me, instead of saying we must understand that as the end draw near, humanity will grow worse, I say as the end draw near, faith will grow. Just rewording it into something that I more believe in. So if I changed it, you might change it to something else. So that's what I'm saying. One person can't rewrite the Bible because we're all going to have different beliefs. So
Okay.
that's just an example. I won't share all of them, but because to me, that's what would happen if the world was coming to an end. It's going to be chaotic, but I think a lot of people's faith. There's going to be people who are their faith is going to grow more because they're going to visually see what's happening around them. So I'd hate to look at it as apocalyptic thing.
Apocalypse.
Yes, thank you. Thing, but I don't know. I guess aliens are coming in November. That's what my news feed keeps saying.
I know. I keep seeing that too, and I don't know where people are coming up with this.
I don't know. I kind of wish they would come. I need some excitement in my life.
Well, when you really think about the world today, the as it is right now,
hmm
would it be a bad thing for aliens to come visit us now, or would it be a good thing?
I don't know. I think the thing is, like, when you're in isolation, most of your interactions are online, and online is like the worst place to be right now. So I imagine if it depends on your perspective. If you're standing outside looking at the aliens above, that's a different perspective than if you're sitting in your house, which 80% of Americans do, and you're staring at your phone looking at other people's opinions about the aliens in the sky. I think I think it I think the people that are online are going to have a worse experience than the people standing outside, even though they are live, they're right there, because there's going to be so much negativity online about the situation.
I think there's going to be negativity no matter which way you look at it.
Right. I think I'd
Especially,
rather be outside watching it though.
yeah. Um, I just hope it doesn't end up being an Independence Day situation.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
would, that would be bad. Um, but at the same time, I could almost see it as maybe something we might need because of how the world is today.
It's
I,
yeah.
I, just, I just don't want one of them coming out and saying, "Take me to your leader," and be like, you don't want to talk to our leader.
Yeah.
None of them.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see like some type of social reset. I feel like things have been very chaotic for a while. At least I'm speaking in America because that's where I'm from. That's where I'm at. It's been very chaotic for years, and I feel like the world needs a reset. Or we all just need to get off the internet, one or the other.
Um, I do wonder if getting rid of the internet would be a good thing. But at the same time, the internet is almost the only way of staying in touch with people,
Mhm.
especially around the world, well, even around the country.
Right,
Um, you don't see very many people talking on phones anymore,
right.
like actually talking on phones. Now, me, I'm not a fan of talking on phones unless it's with certain people.
Yeah.
Um, but the internet community is, I'll just say it bluntly, piss poor trailer trash.
Dang, Jerry.
You know me, I don't, most of the times, I don't mince my words.
Calling us out. No, I'm just kidding.
A lot of times, I will say it as it is.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
There.
especially here in this last week, uh,
Yeah.
with the whole Charlie Kirk thing,
Mhm.
it's like, holy shit! How did we get to this point?
Mhm.
A
The
woman
world.
lost her husband. Two young kids lost their father.
Right.
Um, it's just, oh, trust me, I'm not holding back.
I will, because I probably don't have a popular opinion on it.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: the way that I am, I have my opinion. You
Hmm.
have yours.
Yes.
If they differ, guess what? I don't give a shit.
Right.
I
That's why
don't
I just.
care.
Some of us don't post our opinions.
Yeah, I have no inclination of posting my opinions, political opinions, religious opinion, nothing. I have no desire to do that for
Yeah.
multiple reasons. One, it's nobody else's business.
Right.
Two, I don't feel like fighting with overgrown children.
Right. Yes. That is the main reason not to post about
Yeah,
those sensitive topics is the worry that somebody's going to be blowing up your comment section, and then now you're having this battle about explaining yourself.
right.
Um I definitely stay away from politics myself. I have strong opinions usually, but I just don't share because it's not worth it to me. Um, I'm not going to argue with people about stuff I really don't care as much about as they probably do. That's why they're in your comment section. It's because they really do care about the situation.
Well, on supernatural talk, we will talk about current events, talk about stuff that's happening in the political world, but
Mhm.
from my perspective, it's more okay. Yeah, I agree with this, but I don't agree with that. I will never be somebody who is okay. Everything the Democrats are doing, that's the way it has to be. Or everything the Republicans are doing, that's the way it has to be.
Right,
Or no, everything the Democrats are doing, it's wrong. Or
right.
liberals or whatever.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be like that. Like I said, I don't follow blindly. I
Right,
will look at everything and look at it from a logical standpoint.
right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you said that because even at church this past week when I went, the preacher slipped up and said something about them liberals, them liberals. When you word it like that, because I am not one either who likes to categorize people. And I don't like saying things like them Republicans, them liberals, them this, them that, because not all liberals are the same. Not all Republicans are the same. And so, yeah, that kind of turned me off a little bit to church too, because I was like,
Yeah. And guess what?
why?
It's possible for Republicans and Democrats to agree on something.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's happened before,
yeah,
but whatever.
yeah, yeah. It's whatever. But so, I mean, you and I are alike on a lot of things when it comes to that stuff. We want to experience things. We don't want to just be told what things are. What's right, what's wrong. We want to see for ourselves. Which is a great way to live life. It is so much better. And I don't know, Jeremy, did you grow up at going to church or anything?
Nope.
Yeah, see, and neither did I. I mean, I went to some churches, like with my grandma, like we'd stay at her house, something she'd go to church on Sunday, whatever. But when you allow your children to be open-minded to, and most parents won't. Most parents that are set on Christianity, Catholicism, whatever they're set on, they want their kids to believe that. But I think it is so. This is just my idea of good parenting. It is so important to allow your kids to explore. Um,
Well, that wasn't their intent with me.
yeah.
Um, my mom was Catholic,
Okay.
dad Protestant.
Okay.
So when when I was younger, if anybody ever said anything, of course I don't know any better.
Hmm.
I would always say I'm more Protestant than Catholic,
Yeah.
but I didn't really know what I was saying.
Right. Right. Yep.
Um, Now, when I was growing up, we were living in Florida.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. Why you Indiana, man? I ask everybody that. I'm sorry. Anytime somebody moves this state, I'm like, why?
well, we had to get out of Florida because my allergies were really hurting my ears, and the doctor
Oh,
told
God.
Dad that they got to get me into a dry climate. So we moved to Phoenix, Arizona. Well,
Oh,
it's more drier than that.
yeah.
So we lived there for 1 year, and then there was drug issues at the phone company that my dad worked at, and
Oh,
a woman
gosh.
ended up missing. So the next day, Dad packed all of us up, and we came back to Indiana
Oh, wow.
because he was
Wow.
worried that he would end up being the next one missing because him and this woman were the only ones in the company who weren't doing drugs.
Oh, my gosh. That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
Wow.
I even wrote a story based on that one.
Did you really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I did. Well, anyway, so so when we lived in Florida, Dad had two cousins who owned their own church.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the same town that we lived in.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and one of them, he and Dad, they were as close as brothers. They grew up as brothers basically, but they're cousins. Uh, we would all go golfing together or go out to eat, go to each other's houses for supper. It seemed like every Saturday, um, Kenny and his wife would come over to the house. We'd have supper, and then the next Saturday we would go to his house and have supper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, had their own churches. I heard the dog, um, and he also had a church up here in Newcastle,
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
and he Kenny and Bernice were like seasonal people. So in the summertime they were up here, in the wintertime they were down in Florida.
Yeah.
And it's surprising to me that we never went to their church. I don't know why. And Dad has told me that he regrets us not going to church, taking me to church. And I don't regret it.
Was it Christian based or what?
I think, yeah, it was Christian based. Um, I think it was, let's see, I want to say they were probably Baptist.
Okay.
Um, But my cousin ended up writing two books. One was
Oh,
called Beyond the Rapture, and the other is Sound the Alarm. He wrote two books, self-published them. I've read them both. I
huh.
I've actually got the idea of trying to rewrite his stories and flesh them out into actual novels. Uh,
Oh, really? That's
yeah, um, and he actually did baptize me one time.
really.
Yeah, I was early 20s. So
Oh,
he
so
did
it was consensual.
that, huh?
It was consensual. It
It
wasn't like
was.
you're a kid.
It was. 'Cause I don't know. I just did it. There wasn't anything. Why not?
Was there anything specifically that triggered you, or did you? Because I know right now you say you're not really. I don't know. Do you believe in God? I guess is my question, because I know you don't really, and you're
I,
not into organized religion, which I'm not either. But
I don't know.
you don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
I guess he will just, or they will just have to show themselves to you in a way to get you to believe, if that's meant for you. If it's not
That
meant for you,
that's
I
the
don't
whole
think
thing I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on that definitive proof
it's. Hmm.
to show me. Okay,
Yeah,
Dad tells me that if me not dying wasn't proof enough, I can't say that.
yeah.
Now, was it a miracle that I survived? Absolutely.
Hmm.
So
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But you had, I mean, the amount of love and support that came your way when all this happened was huge, though,
I
too.
felt every bit of that too.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I felt every bit of that. Like I could literally feel energy coming to me while I was laying in that bed.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing to feel, especially because all of that energy given to you was out of love. It wasn't for any. It didn't give anybody, gain anybody anything. Like nobody, you weren't paying anybody to heal you. This
Nope.
was from friends who loved and cared about you,
Yep.
which is very different than paying somebody. So, yeah.
How would you even go about doing something like paying
You
somebody to give you
you-
energy?
that's what healers do. They get paid to heal you. I mean, not like heal you from your hospital bed, but like to
Yeah,
cleanse you. Yeah.
kind of odd. I know that people go to other people's homes and then they do the transaction and okay,
Yeah.
heal me. That's very different.
Right.
But I don't know. So, what is up for you on your schedule? What do you have coming up? I know we got Unity coming up.
Yes. Yes. So, like I said earlier in the show, Sunday I have a cemetery walkthrough where I'm going in blindly. I'm looking forward to that. That's like I love doing that, property walkthroughs. And then October I have a Unity. I have looked at a couple other Paracons this fall, but it's getting kind of late in the season to be booking them, so I might hold off till next year. Other than that, I think around the holidays I'll probably not have much going on like most people. Usually holidays end in November, December, nobody does anything. Shows, there's like no investigations, but I mean, if I got invites from friends, I probably would still go to their investigations, which this year that's all I've really done is residentials and invites from friends is what I've done this year. I have not scheduled any of my own bookings. But I am hoping to be out of isolation and out of most of my healing phase by 2026. And then hopefully I'll bring back the podcast, whether it be solo or with a guest or with a co host. We'll see.
It is nice to have a co-host every now and then.
Yes. I am on TikTok. My TikTok is starting to grow again because I've been much more active on it. I have thought about bringing in pendulum readings only because I see everybody doing these dowsing rods.
Okay.
I Dowsing rods don't like me. I can't get them to do anything. Like
Well, right now you're holding them at an angle.
they don't work for me. Like ask it a yes no question. Is Jeremy um I don't know. Like they don't do anything but pendulums. Pendulums. I'm telling you, this is my forte. Like this guy right here is one of my favorites. It is a rose quartz. You can, if it will. But I don't see as many. I see a lot of tarot card readers on TikTok. I see a lot of dowsing rods, but pendulums is kind of my thing. So like, if I say, "Hey, show me your yes," like this thing is gonna take off, and it does. Like, or it's gonna say I'm fake. Like,
Did you get into pendulums because of Michael?
no, 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 no. He's not the first person I've seen use a pendulum.
Okay.
Um, but like, yeah, I just dowsing. I bought these. These are new. This is my newest piece of equipment, right? And my house will talk back to us. We Jeremy's investigated. It will talk back.
Yeah.
But I can't get it to, like is my hair black? Like it's just not nothing's happening. My hair is not black. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, now it answered. Like it's so slow. It's like
These things don't work for me. These things don't work for me. Okay, ask the question. Holy shit, it's answering me.
I'm telling that's how surprised I am because I will sit here. I get bored during work. Don't tell anybody. And so I'll pull out like
Well,
my
you,
dowsing
you just
rod.
told the whole world here. We are live, by the way.
Like I'll pull my dowsing rods or, I'll pull my little pendulum here and I'll just like start asking yes no questions. And yeah, I feel like these things just don't move. Like I mean they are going to now, but
So, how often have you tried those things or experimented with them?
so I've only had these for a couple weeks now. And okay. And so I've played around with them a little bit here and there, but I am so used to like the pendulum moving a lot faster than these things. And I feel like I'm like, is there a special way you gotta hold these things? Like,
Yeah, you got to hold them straight up. So, because if you a slight angle will maneuver those things around.
yeah.
So you either have to hold them straight up, or I have also seen it like once or twice. Somebody had them set up and not even touching them, and they do whatever. So it's sort of like how sometimes um, pendulum readers will hang the pendulum off of a stand.
Yeah. I
And they,
bought I bought this for my pendulum. It's actually for incense.
okay.
And but it hasn't worked for me very well. So like I could hang it
Well,
and
Michael always told me that you have to actually be touching.
yeah, I feel like you need to be touching it, but I would love to see it work independently, I think. Because I do worry that with the pendulum, there's so much micro movement, like within your hand or your fingers, like that perhaps it is causing it to move a certain way. But sometimes you can get the swing to go really well. Like the swing can go like no really big and yes really big. So
Yeah.
like anytime it's barely giving me an answer, I always say, can you really show me it's a yes? Or can you really show me it's a no? Because I always worry that it's my hand moving. See right now it's giving me a yes. Well, can you really show me it's a yes? Like really big? Like that's what I'll ask.
Yeah, just wait until it starts going into big old circles.
It does sometimes. I always consider that when it's going to circle like an I don't know or a maybe. My yes is up and down and my no is back and forth usually.
Now, since we have been at your house,
Yes.
um, two questions: have you experienced any more activity over there because of us being there? And also, have you had another team over to investigate to see if what they got was different from anything that we got?
Um so first answer question Chris, no, I don't think I've tried the human pendulum. But second, sorry,
I've
fix
seen that done before. It did not turn out well.
but since you guys were here, so it's been kind of a strange experience because after you guys were here, I moved back into the house because I left my house for a little bit and then I moved back. Um,
I
and
remember
then,
us talking about that.
yes, I decided not to sell yet. It's coming. It's gonna happen soon. I'm just waiting for the right.
I
Um,
kind of gave you an idea while we were there that I knew you were going to end up moving back.
yeah, it was for the best. So I'm glad I did. But now I'm ready to leave. I've been here 11 years. I'm ready to move on to something else. But since we've and I don't know if the house itself is well, maybe the house is going to be haunted even when we leave because when I moved here, that's when I started getting into the paranormal stuff, and I had paranormal experiences before this house. So I don't know if there's something about this house that just like draws me into it more. But
Are you sure? You just said you had experiences before moving into the house, right?
yes.
Are you sure there's nothing attached to you?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there is. I honestly I would not doubt it at all. I think I've had good and bad things attached to me. I think that's why, and it's probably in part by allowing it from being a medium. I think a lot of people, I think even ghost hunters, they can get attachments to them good and bad. Whether they don't have to be demonic or they don't have to be like all purity, but just a human here and a human there and dead humans everywhere, like,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So,
What would be another reason to do the aura photography?
right, yes, yes. As for right now, do I think I have anything? I don't. I feel like since I've been in isolation and kind of self-preserving myself, and I'm working on becoming more nobody's pure, but like as pure as one can get, I guess. There isn't try guys, I am not pure. I have had my days. And I feel like by doing that I have eliminated a lot of the negative spirits around, even within the house. I have eliminated a lot of them. My child obviously is big into the paranormal now. She wants to be an investigator too. I would love to take her more, but a lot of places don't allow. She's only 13, so um,
Yeah, most places you got to be 16.
yeah.
But
So
that
she
doesn't mean you can't take her to cemeteries and,
right,
just try to at least get her through the motions of it.
right, yes, yes.
Cemeteries are great training grounds.
They are. They are. But she's been investigating. She likes to use my tools in the house. Lots of conversation. My house is very good at conversation. Like that's probably been the biggest thing that I've been able to have in my house is conversating with spirits via spirit box or something else, portal, whatever. They like to talk. So that's not been an issue. We have this little girl we've referred to as Victoria ever since we moved in here. We've had a preacher that we've came across a couple different times, which does make sense. This was owned by the church at one time. My house was. I don't know if it was the parsonage, but the Wesleyan
Well, there's
church
a
owned
church
my
right
house.
next to you.
Huh?
There's a church right next to you.
Right, but this was the Wesleyan church, and that one's not next to me. So the Wesleyan Church owned my house.
Okay.
So I like I said, I don't know if the preacher lived here or what. My house was split at one time into duplex, so there were renters here. So who knows, like how many people were coming in and out of here. My house, the farthest back they can go is 1880 for my house. It was the first one on this block.
Okay.
So, according to the map at the library, because they have maps and they have the 1900 one, and so there's like neighboring buildings, but 1880 there is where my house stands is where my house is in the map. And it does kind of show my house has been renovated over the years, but we have like old they call them horsehair walls and stuff like that.
I'm
And there
looking for your house right now. Okay, there we go. I found it. Yep, there's your car.
there's my car. Stalker.
Well, I was actually looking for that church.
Yes. It's there's a house next to me and then there's a parking lot and then there's the church.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's a non-denominational church if I remember right.
Well, that's what I was look. Okay, here we go.
Chris, it is a pretty fun house to investigate. I know when Jeremy and them were here, it wasn't super noisy. We did
Not
a really
until,
good.
not until the very end when Michael pulled out his pendulum.
Yep, yep. The pendulum. That's why I like to use the pendulum around here because it works pretty good.
Yeah, because that
Um,
got a lot out of Michael that night.
yes,
Because
yes. Very
I
creative.
remember checking on him that next day because I was really concerned about him
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've never seen him that wiped out.
Oh my gosh,
But
yeah.
he usually doesn't. He never does a session that long.
Yeah. He really wanted answers, though. I think he was on a mission to get answers.
He got him.
Well, and during that time, wasn't that the pendulum? Wasn't that when they said there's a dead body in my basement? Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, because
I
I
still
remember
don't
you
know.
talking about digging in that one room. You were talking about trying to dig in that one room.
Yes, yeah. So my basement, I have an unfinished basement, and there's crawl space, and it's
Yeah.
like it's way deeper crawl space. Like you can crawl in it easily, not like it's not like on your belly. Yeah, I dig in there and I find old
Because
toys.
it had been filled in.
Yeah, it's been filled in. Yep.
Yeah. I would.
I,
What?
I would
What did
love
I
to know
spend
whose
like a half
bodies
hour
over there.
down there? Because something came through and it wanted me in the basement
Oh
for
yeah,
whatever reason. So I spent about a half hour down there. Nothing happened that
yeah,
I know of. Finally, I got tired of it and came back up, but it was also getting pretty cold down there because
yeah.
that was in January when we came in there.
hmm Yeah, I haven't been in the I have to go down there soon because I got to change out the filters in the furnace, but um I don't like my basement at all. I just it's not super scary, but it's just something feels off down there.
Well, it's built different. The layout is weird
Right.
because I remember you come down and you got this center block, and then all of a sudden there's um, like a step down, and then another step down, and a step up, something like that. It
Yeah.
was really weird.
And it's got the old door. I love that door. That
Yeah.
door that's down there, the old cellar door. That's just awesome. Yeah. I wish I would think if I tear away some of these walls, I would find some old stuff in these walls. Like,
Oh,
like we talked about this door right here being a pocket door.
yeah.
I
We,
would love to see if it is.
I, I, I thought we proved that it was.
Well, the piece is on the floor, but yeah, we think it is. We just don't know if the door is inside of it still. Didn't it sound hollow?
Oh, maybe, huh?
I was gonna say, didn't it sound hollow when you knock on it? Like it sounds like there's dead space in there.
I want to say that it was.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want.
If money and time was unlimited, I would tear this place apart and see what I could find. I absolutely would.
Well, you were almost ready to do that then.
I know. I don't want to do it now because then I'd have to live with it. But yeah, it would be really cool to see what's in these walls. I'm kind of hoping like one day I have to tear into the walls, and then there's like millions of dollars or something. Like somebody left 100 grand in the wall or something. Like, I mean, since
We should all
1880,
be so lucky.
I'm gonna keep hoping
Yeah,
I get lucky.
we should all be so lucky. Holy cow!
Right, right.
Holy, and another holy cow! It's 10 till 10.
Oh my gosh, you are the worst. You're only supposed to keep me on here an hour. That's all right. We
It
kind
was
of
supposed to be an hour.
derailed from talking about what's going on with me anyways. It's all good.
But you know what? Those are the best interviews
Right.
because you. That's what I like about doing on the show. Okay, we start off with something, then we just see where it goes.
Yep.
We just take that little journey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I had fun. I appreciate you having me on here. I am gonna plug myself in here though, guys. If you're interested in following me, I am under Unveil Paranormal. You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Um, and that's where I share all my stories and where I will have the podcast be going. I will have a podcast on Things Network also once it comes back, but just want to plug it in there. That Unveil Paranormal is where you can find me.
Yeah, see if I can grab the
I
link.
see I see it getting shared in the comments.
Well, I just got your Facebook page.
Oh, and I have a website. And it has over 200 locations if you need to find a place to investigate. I'm a list person. I love lists. So I made a list of haunted locations in America, and there's over 200 of them.
Yeah, I remember. I remember working with you on that one.
Hmm. Yep.
I gave you like a list of 1,000 locations.
I sifted through a lot. I went through. I added ones that I can find websites for or Facebook pages for, so that people know. So people, all you have to do is go on the website, go to locations, go to a state you want to go to, see what locations are listed, click on the location, and it takes you right to either their Facebook or their website. And it'll give you the information there if you want to book it. Some of them are known to be haunted, like hotels, but they're not promoted as like a haunted place to investigate. But sometimes when you're out investigating, it's nice to stay in a haunted location too. So even if you aren't investigating it. So I did add those in. I added some state parks, national parks, stuff like that, because those you could go into and technically you can investigate, just not overnight, you know.
Is your website still up? Because I'm having a hard time pulling it up.
Unveilparanormal.com. It better be. Let me look. Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, well, it's not loading for me. The thing is going back and forth.
Well, I
Secure
get
connection failed. An error. Uh,
it's there.
Actually, you know what? I think I may know why, but I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See
No
that
worries.
that's what I'm clicking on, Chris.
Yep.
So, but I think I know why it may not be loading up for me.
Okay. I got you. You can let me know after
Yeah,
we go.
not something that I will mention publicly. Although
Oh,
nothing bad.
snap. There shouldn't be anything bad on my page. What are you talking
No,
about?
not on your end, my end.
Oh, snap. Jeremy.
When when I tell you, you'll get a kick out of it.
Okay, I don't know. I'm a little nervous now.
Okay, well, Clarissa, it's such a joy having you back on the show. You've been on this show multiple times.
Yes, I have. Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to finally drag you out of hiding.
I'll be making an appearance here and there for the next couple months
Yeah, well,
before I'm completely out of isolation.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
And plus, you'll be at Para Unity.
absolutely. Yes, I will.
No, no, 5 weeks from now. 5 weeks from now.
Yes, yes, just about.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for playing along with us tonight. It's been fun. Next week, as of right now, next week I will have Emily Minshouse on the show, and we will be talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination and everything that's been coming out of that one. So that should be a real interesting show. It'll probably be one of my more polarizing episodes.
For
So,
sure.
but until then, you guys have a good and safe weekend, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good night.
Bye.